student. Today we start the dynamics of circular motion. And in the dynamics of circular motion, we see the centripetal force and the centrifugal force. Now first we start the centripetal force. It is denoted by FCP. Now we know that for the circular motion, the acceleration is responsible. It is called as centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration. That is AR equal to minus omega square r. Here, the negative sign indicate that the radius vector r and the radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration AR are in opposite direction. Now the force providing this acceleration is called as a centripetal force. The force providing this acceleration is called as centripetal force. Now in the circular motion, the force acting towards the center of circle along the radius is called as centripetal force with the particle performing circular motion. Now the equation of centripetal force is FCP equal to minus m omega square vector r or minus mv square upon r cap. Here r cap shows the direction of centripetal force. Now the same in magnitude FCE is equal to m omega square r equal to mv square upon r is equal to mv omega. These are the three different types of equations in magnitude of centripetal force. M omega square r mv square upon r is equal to mv omega. These are the three different types. Now the another type of force is the centrifugal force. That means the force acting away from the center of circle along the radius when the particle performing circular motion is called as a centrifugal force. Suppose, for example of centrifugal force. For example, suppose yourself on merry-go-round and we visualize the merry-go-round is rotating uniformly. If you close your eyes, you will not know that you are performing circular motion, but you will feel that you are at rest. Suppose that you are at rest, you need to consider a force equal in magnitude to the resultant real force, but directed opposite, that is not towards, directed opposite, that is away from the center. This force is called as a centrifugal force. It is also called as a pseudo force, and it is a pseudo force arising due to centripetal acceleration of the frame of reference. And the centrifugal force, it is a non-real force but not an imaginary force. Before a merry-go-round reaches its uniform speed, you experiencing a outward pull. And that outward pull shows the centrifugal force. That means the centrifugal force is greater than centripetal force. On reaching the uniform speed in the frame of reference of merry-go-round, this centrifugal force exactly balances the resultant force of all real forces, and the resultant force in the frame of references is the zero. Only in such a frame of references the centrifugal force balances the centripetal force. That is the centripetal force. Centripetal force means the net pseudo force, and the centripetal means resultant of all real forces. Now the equation of centrifugal force is FCF. FCF equal to plus m omega square vector r is equal to mv square upon r cap. Now in magnitude, the FCF is equal to m omega square r is equal to mv square upon r is equal to mv omega. Now here the vector is drawn when you take the magnitude. Now here the positive side indicate that the radius vector and the centrifugal forces are in the same direction. Centrifugal force are in the same direction. Now here the figure shows in the PowerPoint presentation. First figure shows the centrifugal force and the second figure shows the centrifugal force. All are given in the PowerPoint presentation. Now the next point is application of uniform circular motion. We are given the figures in the slides or PowerPoint presentation. Now first application, vehicle along a horizontal circular track. Now we consider a car on the horizontal circular track as shown in the figure in the PowerPoint presentation. Now let us R with the radius of circular track, C with the center of circular track, and the forces acting on the car are. First forces acting on the car. Forces acting on the car. First force is a weight mg acting vertically downward as shown in the figure. Then second force acting on the car is normal reaction N, act vertically upward. And the third force is a static friction, that is a Fs, between road surface and the tires of the vehicle. Now the Fs is the static friction. It prevents slipping or skidding the vehicle from the road surface. Thus the resultant force, which is a centripetal force. The resultant force is a centripetal force, that is a real force. And while working in the frame of references attached to the vehicle, it balances the centrifugal force, that is a F is equal to mr omega square. Fs is equal to mr omega square equal to mv square upon r. This is equation 1. mv square upon r. And the normal reaction N balances the weight mg. Normal reaction N balances weight mg. It balances the weight mg. And therefore m is equal to mg. This is equation 2. This is equation 2. Now here from equation 1 and 2, that is the equation 1 divided by 2. Equation 1 divided by equation 2. Equation 1 divided by equation 2. Then Fs upon n is equal to mr omega square upon mg. Mg get cancelled. R omega square upon g. R omega square upon g. Or another is mv square upon r upon m. That is the command get cancelled. V square. There is a v square upon rg. V square upon rg. V square upon rg. V square upon rg. This is equation third. This is equation. Correct. Now, for a given track, the radius r is a constant. For a given vehicle, n is equal to ng is also constant. Thus, the speed v increases the force of static friction Fs also increases. However, Fs has maximum, then Fs maximum is equal to Fs maximum is equal to mu s, and this is equation 4. This is equation 4. Now here mu s is the coefficient of static friction between tires and the road surface. Between tires and the road surface. Here this mu s is the coefficient of static friction between tires of vehicle and the road surface. Now this provides the upper limit to speed v at the maximum possible speed vs from equation 4 if fs is equal to, from equation 4 fs is equal to fs maximum, then v equal to vmax, vmax, and according to this the vmax is the possible safety speed on the horizontal circular track, possible or maximum safety speed of the vehicle on horizontal circular track. Now, from the equation 4, Fs maximum upper n equal to mu s. Fs n is equal to mu s is equal to v square max upper rg. From this equation, v square max is equal to mu s rg. That is it. Therefore, v max maximum safety speed of the vehicle on horizontal circular track is v max is equal to under mu s rg. Normally, it is a mu rg, under root mu rg. V max is equal to under root mu rg. Thank you.